Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. Thank you for joining us on episode 109 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor and Damon. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
Morning. I guess good afternoon for you guys. But.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say good afternoon. I mean, I'm still in pajamas. I'm on lazy Sunday today, so it's a good thing you guys can't see me. So that's
why we don't live stream these things, folks.
This is why, yeah. Now you can just imagine that what's going on here. So yeah, it's cold out too. You know, nothing's better than like some good warm pajama pants when it's cold out.
Relatively cold. We still are in North Carolina, let's be honest.
Well, you're right.
It's not like Trevor cold.
It's in the 40s. Yeah, it's in the 40s.
It's like minus 13 here. It's fine.
Minus 13 Celsius, right? So, yeah. That's crazy. So we wanted to give everybody an update. Last week, we had a listener question asking about Damon's experience with RCI with his DVC points, and Damon had said that his wife was taking a look into it. So instead of Damon playing telephone with what his wife said, we just decided to bring Damon's wife on the show to talk about the experience with RCI. So we've got Damon's wife on with us, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the process that she's gone through with RCI and what they've done with those points. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. How are you all today?
We're good. Yeah, this isn't the first time you've been on, right? I think you've been on before.
Yeah, a while back, right after the rhubarb incident, I believe.
The rhubarb incident. I like it. Yeah. Well, welcome back. We're glad to have you back on again.
Thanks so much. So, yeah, when we had to cancel our Thanksgiving trip this year, we did end up with some points that could not be banked and were going to expire. So when I called to cancel the trip, I had the remaining points. Just over the phone is what I did with this, was over the phone, we converted the points over to RCI. And I think I had to kick over a couple of extra points because when you turn over to RCI, it has to be in 10-point increments. So I think I had to add 6 or 8 points when I did that.
That's a good point to bring up. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, and I'll get more on that later when I was looking at RCI things to book. So, so then, it's been sitting there since, when we canceled our trip back over the summer. And then we've decided to plan a vacation using those points with RCI for this summer. And so we've gone onto the website now. The rest I've done completely online, no chat, no phone call. And it was a really, really easy process. You just go on to the regular DVC website. You go to the area that says Plan a Vacation, and there's a button that says How to Book RCI. You just click right there. It brings you to the RCI website. Or it says, I think where it says How to Book RCI, you click that link, and then it says Book RCI Online. You click that link, and it redirects you directly to the RCI site. And I know Damon had said, you would have had to create an RCI account. There would have been a process that you had to go through. I don't recall going through that process when I converted the points. And I looked through all my notes and I didn't see anything. And I thought that I'd have to go and get somebody from DVC on the line to help me. But when I clicked into the RCI site, it had me logged on and my RCI club ID was displayed, and it is the same number as your DVC member number.
Oh, that's great. That makes it a lot easier when it's just the same number.
Exactly. So it's the same number. And then I just navigated through the RCI site. It has you choose an area of the world or country or what have you that you want to look for a place to stay, and you just narrow it down. We happen to be going to Hilton Head, and so we just clicked into that area. There's several resorts to choose from. You can click on each little flag where the resorts are, learn more about the resort, plug in the dates that you want to go, and it'll tell you what type of accommodations are available during that time and how many points it would use.
That's awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it was a pretty easy process.
It was really, I was a little anxious to do it, thinking that it was going to be a lot harder than it was, and it was really very, very simple. So there was several places that we were looking at, and some of them were within the points that we had, and some of them were outside of the amount of points that we had to use. So I did not go through the process of converting more points over, so we just used what we had. However, there was links there saying how to convert more points, which could have been done completely online as well. Now, back to that 10 points at a time thing. So there was, say we had, 80 points or what have you. There was one place that was 101 points for the time that we were looking at. So I would have had to convert to get us to 110 points, and then I would have 9 points dangling,
They should make it, if they're going to make you do 10 points at a time, I feel like they should all be in 10-point increments.
Exactly, and that's why I made the point about that 10-point increment thing. So there was a lot of places that were 129 points, or like I said, that 101 points. Now, we ended up booking at a place that we still have 10 or 20 points left over. So maybe we'll do another, like a one-night stay somewhere sort of local, just to use those up at some point. However, I did feel that it was worth mentioning that these were not necessarily all of the places that I personally looked at were not necessarily 10-point increments. They were a lot of, 132, 101, 129 points.
Gotcha. So it's a lot of them are like that, where you're going to end up with leftover points in there.
Exactly. So, and that's it. I booked. I put in the dates we wanted to go. It said book here. It made you, read through, if you book, kind of, this is
like a disclaimer
type of thing. Click here to book, and I got an instant email confirming the reservation. It said I got a reservation number on the screen, which I screenshotted, and then I got the email, within minutes confirming.
Awesome.
So that was it. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Well, we appreciate you coming on to share that experience and telling us about how all that works, because I don't think Trevor or I have done this yet. I think we spent all of our points at Disney, so it's good to know that you guys got some use out of it. Because I don't know if Damon told you what his thoughts were about wasting points, about how people should just get a plaque that they wasted points instead of. Did he tell you about that?
I don't think I've heard that, but
you'll have to ask.
I can hear it coming out of his mouth.
You'll have to ask him after you're done recording here, because he'll tell you his whole idea of plaques for wasted points. So anyway,
yeah. Anyway, it was not as scary as it sounded, or as complicated as one might think.
That's good. Yeah, that's, and I know Damon likes to do stuff through calling in. I think he always says, and so it's interesting that you did everything online and did it pretty easily. So,
yep, yeah.
Thanks for sharing the part about the 10-point increments, because it sounds like people thinking about just unloading points into RCI. It sounds like you may actually have to plan, for possibly 2 or 3 trips if you want to completely zero out your points, based on what you were saying.
Right. And I don't know. Again, I tried to keep this a quick and easy thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can pay cash to make up, for a point or two that you needed extra. I don't know how that would work because I did not make a phone call and I did not look into one of these. I just wanted to sort of get this first one done and over and know that it worked in the easiest way possible.
Right. That's a fair point. Yeah, I guess, for any of us that decide to use RCI, it sounds like something worth investigating.
All right, great. Well, thanks again for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it.
Damon, your wife doesn't know about the plaques. What is that about? About the plaques for wasted points. So you got to tell her all about it.
Wait, what'd you say?
The whole plaque thing that you came up with for the wasted points. So we've got some listener questions to answer here. We got a lot of them this week, but we also have a lot of topics to cover this week. So we're gonna have to roll through these pretty quick. Plus, we got at the very end, we got a whole food section for all the food at.
I think we're done with food.
What do you mean we're done with food?
I don't know. I feel like we're done with food.
You don't want to talk about food anymore?
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I mean, maybe we'll see what we get.
There's all this new food for the arts festival. We got to talk about food.
For what festival?
The Festival of the Arts at EPCOT, the new one that just, it's not new, but it just started back up again.
All right.
The next festival, the festival between Flower and Garden and the holiday.
The festival between the festivals?
Yeah, the festival between the festivals. It's the festival to get us to the next festival. So many festivals at EPCOT, it's hard to keep track. So Dan wants to know, as usual, with his very poignant questions, can you take a few minutes to explain Spirit jerseys to me? I've tried to see why they're selling for $70 and I don't see the value. I'm with Dan. I don't understand the Spirit jersey.
The thing is, it's like anything else. Look, is a Supreme t-shirt worth $100 and something? It's still a t-shirt at the end of the day. There are other t-shirts that are made that are of the same quality, if not better quality, that sell for $30. It's the name of what it is, right? It's what it is, and that's why they get the price.
You're right. It is a relative thing, and I guess, I don't get the whole Spirit jersey thing either.
But some people love the heck out of them,
right?
Just like some people love Supreme.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, you're right. I feel it's just more, we're not the market for those. Like, I'm not buying Spirit jerseys when I'm going to Disney. So.
And the thing is, there's so much static about the quality of the Spirit jerseys, which is what's crazy difficult for me to understand. Like, people say they're not great quality. I think my wife has one that's prior to this big outbreak of not great quality lettering, I guess. So I don't know. I mean, we have one in this house. I can understand. I guess I don't necessarily. I get it. I mean, I don't see the value personally either, but I understand how people do, right? Like, just like I understand how some people wear $120 t-shirts.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just that maybe it's just we're not the target market for this. I just look at them and I'm like, they just don't do anything for me. But if somebody wants to pay, I mean, you could just a regular sweatshirt usually costs, it not even at Disney, just a regular nice sweatshirt can cost you, $60-$70 anyway. So, I don't know. These are just not my thing, and I don't know. They are definitely the thing for some people, like you said. They're tremendously popular. So
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to push us along here because I know anytime we have a time frame, I like to push. I think we have to skip the next one. I'm sorry to say, Brandon. Curious what your favorite resort restaurants are. That's a whole discussion. That's a long discussion.
It's a big. We can do like a quick one though, and just say this one.
I don't know if I could do that. Like,
get into details.
Yeah, no. There's.
All right, we're going to table Brandon's for next time. Sorry, Brandon. We'll think about it a little bit more. I just can't be on the spot for that one.
All right.
Fair so enough. Let's see. Next one. Again, this is going to be a long answer, maybe. So, Francisco, has anyone taken advantage of DVC's travel insurance and have had to use it? Never had to use it. Took advantage of it. Wait, can you... we definitely did travel insurance on the cruise. Is it DVC travel insurance on the cruise? I don't think so, right? Is that just regular travel insurance?
Yeah, I think it might be provided by the same company, but it's a little bit different. Didn't you have to do it for the hurricane? You didn't use the travel insurance? For some reason, I thought you did.
I was thinking this was different than health insurance, or I was thinking this was like health insurance.
No,
so
this travel insurance is just giving you your money back if you don't go on a trip.
Oh, so in that case, yeah, we did when the hurricane hit, we did make use of that, but it was literally just, we made a phone call, said, hey, we're canceling this trip. They were well aware of why, and the points just went back into our account. No holding, no nothing.
I don't think that's the same thing either, though.
Yeah.
Travel insurance would be like, you got sick, couldn't go on your trip, get your money back, not DVC is not open, gave you your points back.
Yeah, that's all I had was just returning my points, and that
this is $100 is what they charge for this. So, this gives you a full year of protection. So
for people maybe that are out of the country that aren't, really on top of what we do in the U.S. here, just in terms of travel insurance, it would be for something like you got sick and couldn't go on your trip. That's a lot of what it's used for. If something came up in terms of, an unfortunate, family incident that kept you home, things along those lines where you can't make the trip, not that the trip can't be made, if that makes sense.
So it's cancellation insurance.
Yeah, there you go. That again, we know it is travel insurance, but that's probably a better explanation. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's but I think there's the equivalent up here, but like I use that on my flights and stuff. I haven't used it specifically for Disney.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
and this one covers, so the one that's provided through DVC, it's trip cancellation or interruption insurance, emergency medical expense, trip delay, baggage and baggage delay. I don't know why baggage is listed twice, but baggage and baggage.
Loss and delay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's funny. It says baggage and baggage delay. So, and then security deposit protection too. So there's, it does cost $99, but it's for an entire year, not for a specific trip. So
that's actually pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's not bad. If it's something you need. So yeah,
for certain. All right,
but
so
I have not used it though. I have not.
I haven't used it either. So let's see. So Chris, what YouTubers do you follow for Disney content? What are you looking for somebody to follow? I don't follow anybody, so. I can't answer that.
Yeah, I don't really do YouTube, so I'm not a big YouTube guy. But I know Trevor, you follow a couple people, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I was going to say I'm going to take a shot at this because really, since we've stopped paying for cable TV, YouTube has been a lot of how I consume content online. So particularly, I know we've talked about this before, but so Tim Tracker is one that we watch quite regularly in the house because he does good. So the criteria there is, he has regular updates, and so it's good to kind of see what's currently going on in the park. I do also like another channel called Resort TV 1, specifically because I found out that they did some 360-degree videos, and I've watched those in VR. They're not great quality. Don't get me wrong. They're not a replacement for being in the parks, but it's nice to ride some rides in a 360-degree view. So I like Resort TV 1 for that reason. I also have found one lately called Corey Meets World. He's another live streamer who goes to the parks on a regular basis. And the main reason that I watch him is that I find that he has just really good energy when he's in the park. He's very positive. He's very he's very positive. And the reason that I say that is that not Tim Tracker. Tim Tracker is great as well, but I've watched other live streamers over the years, and I find that they very quickly degrade into, like they start off all happy and everything, and then it turns into them complaining about everything that they don't like about the park. So that's something that turns me off when I go looking for YouTube channels. Because, that I don't want to hear that. Sorry. I want to enjoy Disney. I don't want to hear about everything that you don't like about Disney. So yeah, just
that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Damon keeps me in check that way. So, but yeah, that's probably the big 3 channels that I've been watching lately. And yeah, we can revisit this question, in 6 months because, it does change from time to time.
Yeah. These questions they're great, but they're just so in depth, some of them, that it's very difficult for us to, there's a lot of info, especially since I'm doing a few new things too. So, all right. So sorry, Trevor, we're going to push you along a little bit if that's okay.
I just wanted to get those out.
Nope. So
move it along.
Yeah. Best resort for first time Walt Disney trip with young kids. All right. So this is the first thing I'm going to say. I'm not, would you recommend taking car or bus? We're used to Grand Cal. I'm going to leave this one totally alone and say, go into the group. There's a good discussion there about this specific question. I just want to leave that one to the group because I think it gets crazy. There's so much information that we would need and kind of just our own opinions. I'm going to let this one go. Sorry. So, Jay, take a look in the group. I know there's been some good info. Anyone that's not in the group that would like to respond to that, please just join the group and help Jay out. And again, this might be one that we could table if we get to it at a later point, but there's a lot of info to.
So we're not allowed to answer this?
Nope. Better answer it in the group. Hey, you have access to the group. Answer it in the group, Tom. Sorry.
There's, off the top of my head, there's at least 5 different resorts you could explore, but for different reasons. So it's a huge discussion.
All right. So thank you though, Jay. Like I said, we'll see if Tom actually responds in the group. We'll have to see.
Probably not. No, but I will. All
right. So this is the one this is the question I really want to get to, which is why I have to push them.
So you're just skipping over everyone's questions because you want to answer this one?
No, I do want to answer this one. And the problem is I'm going to leave that one to last. So Mindy asked, how could I sell my husband on the idea of getting DVC? There was some good discussion about that on the group as well. I think we have to take a very high level approach. I think it's just a numbers game, like was said in the group. It's really just, I would crunch the numbers. People said rent some points out first. But again, I don't want this to, go into a super, this could be a whole wait list. So I have to leave it at that a little bit, but that's very high level. But again, it's another one to check out in the group.
I was actually surprised at the amount of serious answers to that. I really thought some people were going to be like, just buy it without him knowing, or, which I guess some people do, but so anyway.
Yeah. So do you want to get into Bobby's question now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. All right.
You're just waiting for Bobby's question.
Yeah. I was just waiting for Bobby's question. If they built a park with only old rides Disney has gotten rid of or retired, would it be your new favorite park? I'm going to tell you, this is such a difficult question. Bobby, this is a great question, though. I love it. It would be my favorite park for 5 years. That's how I feel like I would answer this. It would be my new favorite park for 5 years. Absolutely. For 5 years. And then I think I'd be like, okay. Now, again, it asks, would it be your favorite park? It's not like the other parks disappear. So this is just another, park nostalgia, right? So that's all this is. It would be my favorite park for a while. Yeah. I mean, and this is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see Ellen. I'd like to see The Magician's Hat. I would like to see 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Let me think about what else I'd even like to see. I mean, those would be
Snow White.
Main ones. I would like to see Snow White.
Extraterrestrial.
Oh yeah, yes, you're absolutely right.
I would want to see the People Mover at Disneyland.
There you go. Yeah,
that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, I guess I think just based upon Alien Encounter alone, it would be my favorite park for at least 5 years.
Yeah, Alien Encounter would be the way to go.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say for a while. I mean, obviously that would wear thin after a while, but without a doubt, from the jump, it would be. Could you imagine if they were logistically able to pull such a thing off?
Well, I feel like it would be hard because, Disney always does themed areas, and it's like you're taking a bunch of different things.
No, that's okay. It could be
because it's okay.
The vegetable soup of Disney. It could be all right.
No, listen. I'm not against this idea. I think
what you do is then you theme the whole park is straight nostalgia, right? Like everything's old school. Everything you get a ticket. Oh my goodness, you have to run for your fast passes, like the whole thing. Like it's all in.
The ticket book comes back with the ticket book comes back with the A through E ride scale.
Oh god.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I would do the fast passes that print out. That was such a satisfying print. It just sounded great. Like it wasn't even like it was just a bzz, bzz. Yeah. It was like a boom boom click thump. Like it was perfect. It was great.
Yeah, I'm also just thinking of some other rides. Like I remember just from being a kid, I remember Body Wars. You remember Body Wars?
I didn't love Body Wars.
I didn't like it either.
Stuff. Yeah, I don't care for that sort of stuff. I mean, Mr. Toads would be fine for me. I could bring that back. That would be cool. Oh gosh,
you guys haven't rid Mr. Toads in a while, have you?
Not since I was a kid. No, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I was on it like what? 4
and Winnie
years
the
ago?
Pooh is just weird.
Well,
It's just
there's
a
also
weird-
Horizons, that's one too that's retired that could come back.
Wait, we have the 3D Michael Jackson one.
Oh, you want that
Captain
one to come
EO.
back?
That would be awesome.
Yes,
Captain
yes. I love Captain EO.
Yep. I would agree
Captain
on
EO
that.
is just weird because like Michael Jackson saves the universe by dancing. Like,
Of course he does. Exactly. That perfect answer, Trevor. Of course, I agree with
of course
that
he
answer.
does.
Did you ever watch Moonwalker? Like,
Listen, I actually saw Captain EO when they brought it back for the brief time that they did years ago. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago, and I had seen it again at EPCOT. It was funny to see that there. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Now, here's my question though, Damon. So, like, do we bring back like the original version of Figment and still have the existing version of Figment?
So. No,
Okay.
I don't think that's what we do here. Unfortunately,
So you don't have two Figments. You just would.
No.
Okay.
yeah, ride overhauls. I don't think would qualify.
no, definitely
for
not.
Retroland.
But I
We're calling
think
it
that
Retroland now.
Yeah, I'm good with it. It can be Retroland. That's fine.
Okay.
So with Retroland, here's the thing though too, is like you would have to have a vote on what version of it comes back.
Okay.
Right. So there would have to be some sort of vote. So people would say they'd rather Stitch over Alien Encounters, right? So there'd have to be some sort of a vote situation here.
You know which weird one I'd want to bring back, and I forget what the attraction was called. No, I think it was called the Timekeeper. I think. Do you remember that? Wasn't it Robin Williams? Oh gosh, it was like a 360 theater. I think it was where. Oh god, I remember this from when I was a kid. I just remember being amazed by it when I was a child. Nobody remembers this except for me.
No, I'm going to look it up because it may jog a memory.
Yeah, I think it was like so. It was like
The Timekeeper.
Yeah.
Closed in 2006.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. No, I don't actually remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
wait,
was this
wait,
robot.
wait.
It was like a theater, like it was a 360 circle vision.
I got the POV going now, so it's starting to bring a
Starting
memory
to come back to you. It's coming back to you a little bit.
A little bit. Just yeah. Okay, it's coming back to me a little bit now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor is. That's where it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It closed on my birthday in 2006. That just hurts.
Yeah.
How dare they?
All right.
Yeah. Are there any versions of this still open? No, they're all closed, right? Yeah, they're all closed. Okay. Anyway,
So those are good questions. Like I said, we'll try to maybe answer some more next time. We're already past our allotment and we still have a lot to go. So real quick, I've been trying to help out with some new mask options, and I'm going to limit it to just, so again, we were asked on the group thread, not just about mask options for the park, but ones that were exercise options as well, which interestingly enough, kind of sort of go hand in hand as, you're walking around. I mean, listen, we all get tired and sore from walking around the parks because it is exercise in and of itself, except for, all our marathon runners and things like that. So one of the masks that I did end up getting is from Primal. And what's interesting about these is that they're not cheap. But what's really cool about them is that they have this plastic insert. So it's not like the honeycomb, sort of thing that gives you that gap for breathing. It's just, honestly, it's this weird little piece of plastic that goes in there just to kind of keep more of a bubble around your mouth. And they actually have a drawstring on the back of them as well. They're pretty good. I don't know how I feel in terms of exercising with them yet. Now I have 2 more coming. Unfortunately, they're going to be here on Monday, so we'll have to wait till next week for those. But I think that they would make really, really nice park masks. Again, like I said, not sold on the exercise, and I could kind of see it, but for park masks, I think they do really well. They are a little bit pricier. That is the only downside, but I think that they would be a nice option, especially if you're going to wear the same mask all day. It gives you a little bit of a breathing gap in the middle there, and it's nicely done. And I think I have one that has pineapples on it, which is a win in and of itself.
I can agree with that.
It's pineapples on it. Okay,
Yeah.
Nice. Any other ones that you want to recommend, or is that the only one?
No, the other one that I got, I didn't love. And again, it's just, I don't like to ill talk stuff that I don't love. It's just talk about things that I like. Cause right, there's enough mass out there that you don't have to, you can find ones that you like. So nothing that I liked besides that one. And again, hopefully next week I'll have some opinions on some actual workout masks. and we can get them on there again. I know they're not necessarily for the parks per se, but I think they do a good job, because if you can work out in it, I think you can wear it at the parks as well. The nice thing about this mask, it was just kind of neat too, is that some of these, when they have the, the ear loops plus also, the cinch cord on the back as well, is that you can let them dangle around your neck when you're not wearing them, which is nicer than trying to dangle it on one ear or put it in your pocket or things like that. So,
okay.
So just to clarify, was this Primal wear that you were looking?
Yes.
You got this mask from? Okay.
Yep. And interestingly enough, for people that don't know, Tom is doing some sort of show notes on the website, which is good. So if you need to check things out, you can go there, and Tom should have a post, I think, within a day.
Put a link to it.
A link, yeah. Within a day of when the thing goes up, so.
Yep. I'll put a link to it, and yeah.
Yeah, so mine is called the Prime Apple Face Mask 2 plus frame bundle with neck strap. That's specifically the one that
is like the longest title for products.
Uh,
I don't think you should challenge that. I'm sure we could get more ridiculous.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure. I'm just saying it's very specific. It's a lot of names there.
Yep.
So, all right, cool. All right, I'll have to add a link to that for the show notes that we're doing. All right, so we're right about at the halfway point of the show. We'll go ahead and do our ad here. Before we do that, we're going to kind of announce something new here with our sponsors. So our sponsors, DVC Rental Store, DVC Resale Market, and Monera Financial, are now all part of one company, the World of DVC. So well, that's a really cool thing. They took the three best companies in those categories, DVC rental in the rental area, DVC resale in the resale industry, and then of course Monera with DVC loans, and put them all under one umbrella of World of DVC. So, which is very cool, and we're excited that we're partnering with World of DVC basically to bring these ads to you guys. So this week we're talking about DVC Rental Store. So the DVC Rental Store, a World of DVC company, offers magical vacations at incredible value. Save up to 60% off retail rates at premium Disney resorts. DVC Rental Store now includes deposits as low as 25% at the time of booking and a built-in cancellation policy for every reservation. As always, DVC Rental Store pays out the most to members looking to rent their points. Want to learn more? Go to dvcrentalstore.com or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. That's 1-855-382-7368. Let them know that Welcome Home sent you. Very important. We always tell you guys, if you're going to use one of our sponsors, please let them know that Welcome Home sent you. That's very helpful to us. So again, that's dvcrentalstore.com or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. All right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wow, I get another section. I like how Tom kind of spaced these out for me.
I did that on purpose, so, just for you, Damon.
All right. So we're going to talk Legos, amazingly
Legos.
enough. So we're going to talk some Disney Legos. We're going to talk some maybe non-Disney Legos as well. I know that seems crazy on a Disney show, but there's a Lego store. I feel like Lego and Disney kind of go a little bit hand in hand. I don't know. It's just the way I feel because of that store there.
Is there such a thing as non-Disney Legos at this point? I guess we'll find out.
There is, unfortunately,
or
fortunately, as you may see. But so the first thing I want to talk about is one of their new products, which is Disney. See, I'm saying Disney. Lego Dots. These are really cool. What they are is they're kind of they're things that you build and you can use them. So I know that the one thing that we got my daughter for the holidays was it's a Lego Dots. I'm going to mess up the S's on both of them. I'm a Legos kind of guy. I know it doesn't exist, right? Lego Dots. And what it is, it's a pen holder and holds some paper for schoolwork, and you build it and you can kind of decorate it with different designs. They've added to that a little bit. There's a party kit now. There's also a secret holder where you can hide stuff in, and a secret box as well. I think they're pretty neat, and again, there's something that they use, which is pretty cool. My daughter really enjoyed the one that's now on her desk for school, especially since they are sitting at home. So I'm going to skip over, and this is all coming out from the Lego 2021 January catalog, which I still like, to get. So let's talk about some of the Disney things, and then we're going to talk about my favorite one as well. So there are a few new sets, the Elsa and Nock Storybook Adventure, which is shaped like a book. Pretty cool looking, but Ariel's Celebration Boat, and they kind of go in my order as well. So the Ariel Celebration Boat is also nice. It's a smaller set as well. But what we do have is Cinderella's Royal Carriage. So this is going to be a 6 and up one. Yep, 237 pieces. And currently, as we sit on whatever day it is, it's at $40. It's a pretty cool looking one. I like it. The characters are of the Lego Friends variety. They are not of the square angled characters, and you have the godmother and Cinderella. So just kind of keep that in mind for...
So not the Lego movie characters, but...
Correct.
Like...
The ones that are based on the Lego Friends frame,
right.
Which is a little more, realistic, I guess. And then Bruni the Salamander, buildable character, is also one of the new ones from Frozen 2. And it's actually, 5.5 inches long, which is, a nice size. So I'm going to skip over the rest of this stuff because otherwise this is not a Lego show. But there are two things I do want to mention that I thought were very, very interesting, is that there's 2 adult pieces. There's a flower bouquet piece, which is awesome. It's an 18 plus 756 pieces. They truly look like flowers. I think that they're something that you could display as well. And there's a bonsai tree also. The flowers are about $50 and the bonsai tree is $50 as well. They both are very cool. But here's the top of the line, super awesome one, except for its price. They have a Colosseum. So this is part of the Lego Creator Expert sets. The architectural ones, which I love. The Colosseum is over 9,000 pieces.
Whoa.
Yes, it is $549.
Whoa.
But wow, is it really cool. Is it really cool? And I have a quick story to go along with the architectural series. So my one son, he was not the sort of follow through person that he currently is. And so, he would say, hey, can you do me a favor? When you're done in the fridge, close the door. When you're doing this, turn off the light. He wasn't able to accomplish all that. So what I did was, as some sort of lesson teaching was, I gave him a Lego architecture set and said, I need you to do this correctly by following the instructions. And then when you're done, you're not punished anymore. So it was a little bit of, right, I'm punishing with Legos, by the way. So it was funny. So I gave him that, and, the first time, gets a little frustrated, I said, well, did you follow the instructions? Well, I skipped over the, okay. So I sent him back. So anyway, he finally completed it. I want to say it was like 5 days later, and the punishment went away, and I thought it was a valuable lesson. I thought that was interesting. So the one thing I did miss too is that there's a Disney Mickey Mouse Lego art set as well. It's $119. I don't know how I feel about these. This is a Mickey Mouse set. It's a picture of Legos. Yeah, not so much.
Yeah.
Yep. Again, for the price, I mean, it is over 15-inch square, and it looks like you can either build Mickey or Minnie, but it's a Lego art set. I don't think I'm on board with it from the price.
It's like using the dots to make an art piece, right? Which, yeah, is cool. Just as a bit of note, so you said it was $119.
It is, and it's 2,658 pieces.
So just an FYI for international folks listening to this, I'm looking at the site right now, and all the prices are in Canadian. It's $150 Canadian. So there is definitely a bit of a variance in price. If
I just don't see it for the art set. The Cinderella one looks really cool. I would be on board with that. And there's a lot of good things from Lego. They're doing some very interesting takes on things. There's Sesame Street, there's Harry Potter, there's a grand piano. They're doing some pretty neat things. But that's kind of our little Lego minute.
Have you seen the Baby Yoda one? Because I don't love it. I feel like it looks weird.
I have not. I kind of skipped over the Star Wars stuff. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, did you really? Well, if you look, I just pulled it up because I thought there were a couple really expensive Star Wars boxes. And
I'm looking at it now. I mean, it's $80 as well.
Yeah.
It looks like a gremlin.
Looks weird. That's all.
It looks like a gremlin for sure.
Yeah.
I would say that the Brickheads one I would like better for $20.
Well, I'm also looking at, I pulled the Millennium Falcon one, which is $800.
and that's not there's definitely different iterations of.
There's a smaller one. Yeah.
I see a micro version of the Falcon for $14. So.
Yes. They have several versions. They have like a medium sized version of it. This one is like 7,500 pieces. So, and then the Star Destroyer one is $700 too. And that one's 4,700 pieces. But yeah.
All right. So that's our Lego minute. Thank you. You may get to those from time to time.
I'm going to buy myself the Cinderella Castle one.
There you go.
I think it's good because Lego is a big part of Disney Springs. So, it's good to cover this every once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, that whole what is that Lego piece that's in the water? What am I forgetting what it is? It's like a dragon, right? Not a dragon, it's like a...
It's like the Loch Ness Monster.
It's Loch Ness Monster, yeah. I always remember that from when I was a kid. Like, that's one of those memories that I always, like, remember it coming out of the water,
I almost let my Canadian side come out, and I almost called it the Ogopogo, which is the...
What?
Yeah. Look it up.
That?
So we have a lake in British Columbia called the Okanagan Lake, and they have a myth of a similar Loch Ness Monster creature, but it's called the Ogopogo.
How have I never heard of this? That's amazing. I love it.
And there's your Canadian moment for this episode.
Yeah, that's been your Canadian segment for the show today. I feel like we need to have a segment just of, here's a thing that's in Canada.
I said, every time I see the one in Disney Springs, I'm like, oh, it's the Ogopogo. No, Loch Ness Monster. I always have to correct myself.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
I've actually never been into that Lego store. I feel like I should go in there.
What?
I've never. What? I don't think I've ever. I mean, I maybe was in there when I was a kid, but like as an adult, I don't think I've gone in there.
Okay. It's a new year. I'm not going to berate you for that, Tom.
Listen, I love Legos. I just have never made my way into that store. I'm not a big shopper. I don't really like going into stores and doing stuff. And literally, the only time we've gone to Disney Springs was the one time, or I guess we've gone twice now to get food. Like we didn't go shopping afterwards. So yeah, one of these days I will.
All right, anyway. On to some Disney patent stuff. That's a snooze fest. Go ahead.
All right. I don't like this article because I don't, it drives me nuts when like the Disney blogs like jump to conclusions on things, right? It's like, but basically Disney filed a patent to suppress vibrations caused by robots or, by robotics or, animatronics, right? And so this article is speculating that this technology is going to be used to fix the Yeti in Everest.
Huge jump.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think we all just said the same thing is, going from limiting robot vibrations to fixing the Yeti, totally different things. It's not even the vibrations are not the problem. It's the structure underneath of it that is the problem. Like if they had built the structure to, handle what they had put in there, it would have been fine. But yeah, it's
it's a huge jump, right? Yeah. I mean,
but I think that so let's leave Expedition Everest out of this for a second. I think it's good technology. I think that, I will tell you that there's a ride at Dollywood called the Soaring Eagle, right? Tom, you'd never get on it. It's just, there's no way. It's one of those things where like, not only is it a roller coaster, but you're hanging off the edges of it, and the middle of the track is, you know what I mean? Like you're out on the wings of the Eagle.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Not a Tom ride at all.
I know exactly what you're talking about, where the ride vehicle, the seats hang off the side of the track.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you're talking about.
So here's the interesting part about that ride is that, as I've gotten older, I've been, let's say, less adventurous for rides, right? Not that they make me sick. They make me a little dizzy. Who knows, right? I'm less adventurous. So I looked at this ride, and my kids in their regular kid style, like, what, are you scared to go on it? Okay, fine, let's get on it. It was probably the smoothest roller coaster I've ever been on in my whole entire life. And what I'll tell you is that it made it way more interesting and fun. I think that kind of like what we're looking at here is that if we can limit vibrations of rides in general, and keep them super smooth, it creates a totally different experience. Now listen, it's not Space Mountain. Space Mountain's supposed to be that way, I feel like, right? Like, it's supposed to beat you up. Yeah. But in terms of newer rides and going forward, I feel like limiting vibration in general creates this sort of crazy smooth experience, which creates a reality around it rather than this sort of, feeling of like, well, I know I'm on a ride because it feels like a ride. Sort of thing. So I'm on board with this. I kind of like that. I hope they can apply it to as many places as possible to kind of keep things smooth still, even outside of the ride. Like even when you have animatronic scenes, I think it makes them more natural. So I'm on board. I like this. Usually I'm not a patent guy. I don't really care so much. This one seems interesting, and it seems interesting like you couldn't have expected it to seem interesting to me.
Yeah, well, this patent seems to be specifically around like animatronic vibrations, so I don't know if it can be applied to other things, but I guess it also enables them to make like lighter, softer, cheaper robots too. So which is, not a bad thing either, right? So that's what I think it's more about. I think it's more about them making more realistic looking, more reliable, cheaper, lighter robots than it is about fixing the Yeti. That's what I think. But
yeah, I totally agree with you there. This allows for them to put robots or animatronics into places in attractions and whatnot that you normally wouldn't see them. Like normally they're very calculated on, putting it behind a barrier or somewhere that, they have to account for, weight and all those kinds of things. This sounds like, you may see animatronics pop up in places that you wouldn't really expect them, which again, kind of goes back to what you're saying, Damon, about, enhancing the world of the ride, is that, it makes for a little bit more of an impossible feeling, which I think is a good thing. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
We talking donuts next?
Yeah. See, I always add the food stuff because I know you like food stuff. Plus, I like the name of this place. I feel like Everglazed is like a great name for a donut place in Florida.
It seems very deliberate.
It is, yeah. Instead of Everglades, you get Everglazed. It's just it's clever. I like it.
I'm looking at the menu now.
Scroll. You gotta. Okay, so the first article I put in here, you got to scroll way down to get pictures of food. So
no. I just brought up the menu based on the QR code. I'm looking at it. The donuts look pretty cool, but the thing that seems even crazier are these sandwiches.
Oh yeah, that's on the second link.
Yeah, you can substitute a glazed donut for the roll instead, and I'm down with that. So there's a cheeseburger, but a classic egg and cheese, a breakfast Sammy. A funky chicken, which is fried chicken, ranch, slaw, barbecue, spicy mayo, and B&B pickles. I don't love bread and butter pickles. I like sour pickles, but okay. And then a grilled cheese. I'd be on board to try one of those. I think my kids would be as well. The donuts themselves look pretty good with an Oreo Supreme, peanut butter explosion, Nutella Bella, cinnamon toast crunch, maple double bacon, and Mound's coconut dream, which would be the one that I'd be about. I think.
See, that's the one I definitely wouldn't be about. I hate coconut.
Yeah, I'd be about that one. And then those are the funky bunches also, regular glaze, vanilla cake, fruity pebbles, blueberry cake, chocolate ice, vanilla ice and sprinkles, strawberry ice and sprinkles, and purple glazed ubi. Okay.
There's a lot of interesting stuff here. This is at Disney Springs, by the way, for those that don't know that.
Yeah, and all sorts of coffees as well. So, yeah, I mean, I would give it a whirl. I don't know if I'd want to go sandwiches, funky bunch, or classic donuts. I don't know. That would be an interesting take, but I'd give it a whirl.
I will say that we have a place in town here that does these donut sandwiches. And so I had a ham and cheese with a maple glazed donut, or on a maple glazed donut. It is really good. Like the sweetness as a foil to, the savory of the ham and cheese and everything is great. But it's definitely like you try it once, and I couldn't eat them every day. Like there's no way.
It's like
you die.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's definitely it's a nice treat though. I guess, if you're in Disney Springs and you're specifically looking for something unique, this place looks like it would be like, I'm putting this on my list of, I need to go here the next time we're in Disney.
How do you guys feel about the coffees and the drinks that have the donuts on top of them?
That seems a little extra.
Yeah, I don't do coffee, so it's a tough sell.
Yeah, I don't do coffee either, so I think we've talked about that before. So yeah, but I always think those are interesting. I'd be down for a Nutella donut. I love Nutella.
I love Nutella, so.
Oh, I love Nutella.
I just had a Nutella bagel for breakfast, so that's fine by me.
I have to say, I'm looking at the picture of this grilled cheese, and it looks burnt to me. It just looks burnt, but maybe it's just they just opened. I don't know. But,
well, they put it on a griddle. That's why.
Yeah, I don't do burnt though. Like if something's burnt, I'm like, I'm not eating that. Like I'm sending that back.
They need to turn the heat down on the griddle.
They do for sure. It looks like a mess too. But I mean, I'm up for the breakfast sandwich. I think that sounds kind of good. I remember actually, and Damon, you might, I don't know if you've had experiences with this, but when I first moved to North Carolina, I went to a minor league baseball game, and at the minor league baseball game, they had that was all about Krispy Kreme donuts in the concession stand, and they had burgers that were on Krispy Kreme donuts, and they had hot dogs with Krispy Kreme donuts as the bun, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. So that was the first time I ever saw that.
Yeah, I'm not a hot dog guy, so.
Yeah. So I just, I mean, I like the sweet and savory. I'm a big fan of sweet and savory things together. So this place looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I put this in here not because I care about golf, but I like the idea of this existing.
I would love to have the time to play golf at Disney. I think it's one of those retirement things rather than not. Plus, I don't feel like I want to be beating down gators with a club. Like I would be worried about getting gatored.
Well, so Disney's introducing robo golf carts. They're called Robo-Carts, and you put on a little thing that almost looks like a beeper and clip it to your belt, and it literally just rolls behind you and follows you. I don't know if you guys watched the video, but it's pretty funny to watch.
So what in the picture? The problem is that I see these things, and then I also see a cart. So. Yeah. Why is there a cart in the back if we have these? I'm assuming this is for walking golfers, right?
Yeah, would be. Yeah, I guess this would be for walking. Yeah.
So why is there a picture of a cart in the back of?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because that's clearly a stage shot.
Yeah, it's just a stage shot. It's the Mickey cart.
And I don't, like I said, I don't love that. But yeah, I think this is a good idea. I could definitely see this. Again, I don't have the time to golf at Disney. I think if we were closer, maybe I would, or retired. But going forward, okay. I don't like carrying a golf bag. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. So I could see this.
And not only that, it comes with a small cooler, a cup holder, a sand bottle, and a USB charging port, and a screen, a GPS screen.
And $10?
Yeah, for $10.
Oh, I'm dead. I could see that. That's a no-brainer. Unless you're a cart person.
So here's the question: can I take one of these things from the golf course and take it to the Magic Kingdom with me?
Oh my god, how great would that be? That needs to be next.
Oh, so instead of having your wagons that everyone tries to bring in, you just have this instead.
Yeah, just a little guy following you around with your cooler and everything in it.
Oh, what would the cost have to be to keep it prohibitive so that they're not all over the place?
It'd have to be a lot. It'd have to be a lot more than $10. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because, I mean, you could charge your phones in this thing. You could put all your stuff in it. You could just have a little cooler there for your drinks. It'd be amazing. That's a great idea.
And then when you get on the ride, it knows to go to the end of the ride, and it'll just be waiting there for you. And yeah,
this is so great. I need this. I need this in my. I don't golf, but I kind of want to go golfing just so I can play with this. This is like
this took a swift left turn from the golfing.
It did, but still awesome nonetheless. I do like that they noted in this in this article they do recommend being careful. Wait, it said there's been no incidents so far of the robo-carts falling off bridges or into lakes. I'm just waiting for that. That's going to happen at some point.
Yet.
If you watch the video, though, like it almost looks like when you watch like the Mandalorian and like the Baby Yoda's little floating like a crib thing is following him around. It's kind of the same thing. You got a little beeper on, and it just kind of slowly follows behind you, a couple feet behind you. It's really funny and very cool. I just love stuff like this. I love stupid technology like this. Man. All right, so the last thing I got in here is food. Unless we want to talk more about robo golf carts.
No, I'm already looking at the food.
Yeah. We're already looking at food? Okay. Let's pull it up here. Oh, it's not loading for me.
Am I still allowed to talk about food even though I guess I don't eat anything?
Yes, you're still allowed to talk about it. Do we want to go section by section like we've done in the past?
Of course. Why change a good thing?
So this is for for those that don't know, the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Arts has opened on January 8th, and this is a foodie guide that we found on the Parks blog that we're going to go through. So, oh boy, the first thing I see already, Trevor's going to have a problem with.
Lobster poutine. So, okay, I mean, I will give him this. It looks pretty good. Stop calling everything poutine.
Wordage.
It's not everything is
lobster
poutine.
And fries?
Yeah, it's lobster cheese. Lobster fries is really what it is.
Yeah, I don't do lobster, so I'm out.
Well, I was just joking because I know a lot of... I think you brought this up, Trevor. It's like, it's only poutine if it's this certain way, and
cheese
they like
curd,
to call everything
gravy,
poutine.
and fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't call it poutine. It's really just fries with stuff on it, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Is that they're anything where they throw on top of fries, they're labeling it poutine, which I shouldn't be so wound up about, but yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm not in for this either. My wife would absolutely love this and devour it. She loves lobster. She would be all about it. I am not in for it. I'm not a lobster guy.
I would try it. Still, it doesn't look amazing. Like, it looks good. I would be curious, but I wouldn't expect it to be like top tier.
Yeah.
All right.
What else we got here? Citrus blossom. So they've got some beverages.
The orange cream shake, I'm totally in.
Me too.
In on. The souvenir cup, it doesn't matter to me, but orange cream is my jam.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on orange cream.
In fact, I prefer the orange swirl to the Dole Whip. Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
I agree. I would agree with you, Tom.
Okay.
All about the orange swirl.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now you've crossed a line.
That's one of those places where I have to turn my Disney card in. Is that I don't love Dole Whips, but that's just because I don't.
I like Dole Whips, but I take orange cream over Dole Whip. But I'm in on both.
It's fair.
All right, so that's pretty much it for that place, besides the wines and the beer, which I don't care about. The deconstructed dish in Showcase Plaza. Deconstructed Reuben, not my thing. It sounds good, but I don't do beef, so I'm out on the Reuben. Now, the deconstructed BLT, I'm 100% in on this. So pork belly, soft poached eggs. I love eggs in general, but soft poached eggs are perfect. A brioche, watercress, tomato jam. Totally in on that. Let's see, there's a deconstructed strawberry cheesecake. I don't love cheesecake, but I used to really hate cheesecake, and it was a food aversion thing. I had OD'd on cheesecake, threw up, and then I was out for a while. So, as they tell you what food aversions are, 2 to 3 times before you're back in. So I've slowly built up my food aversion resistance to cheesecake. I don't love it, but I don't hate it like I used to. So, I could take a bite of cheesecake and then I'm out.
I did a pancake eating contest one time, Damon. I didn't eat pancakes for years after that.
Right, food aversion's tough. But what's interesting at this place too is that the rain boba, I'd be down with that. There's a few things in the drink area beverages. A chai tea shake with maple syrup garnished with waffle crisp and candied bacon, a deconstructed breakfast drink. Like, I have to be in on that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Like, how can I not be in on that? There's 2 of them, actually. There's 2 different ones. And there's with cream bourbon garnished with waffle. Yeah, I'm definitely in on those for certain. This is a longer one because they have a lot of things here. So I'm just going to go through mine, I guess. Then you guys can pick out yours. Raspberry soft serve, I don't care about. Don't care about lemon soft serve. No big deal. The artist palette cookie just looks really good in terms of I'd get it just because it looks good. So that's my deconstructed dish.
Okay. I think I'm down for. I like the BLT. That looks good. I love a good pork belly. Pork belly's delicious. That looks really good. The street cheesecake. I'm not a big cheesecake fan either, but it's usually because of the texture, and this is a whipped cheesecake, so I think I actually might be more okay with it. And then, like you said, those shakes sound like amazing. I'm all in for that. I would totally do that. The chai tea shake, it sounds awesome. And like you said, those cookies look awesome. I just don't know. I've seen those.
It's a splitter. Before. I feel like. It's like I don't need it all to myself, but getting one for the family would be fun.
Yeah. And I'd be down with raspberry soft serve or lemon soft serve. So lemon soft serve sounds kind of good. So, but now, go ahead, Trevor.
So I'm getting hung up on the whole deconstructed thing. To me, that sounds like a lazy way of saying I didn't want to put it all together. But I'm going to
fancy way of doing it.
No, it's fancy, Trevor. It's definitely fancy.
So fancy. I threw it on the plate, and here you go.
Yep,
pretty much. Yeah, that's what fancy is.
That's how it works. Yep. Usually, I will tell you though, in something that's deconstructed, the quality of the ingredients is usually higher level than the product it's deconstructing.
That's fair, because they have to, right? And I guess that's the whole point. Is they're highlighting the individual.
Exactly.
Ingredients. And so, for me, cheesecake is a definite win. as much as, I can't do a lot of dairy, I still try to have cheesecake, and I always regret it afterwards, but I enjoy the experience of it. So yeah, I would definitely be down for that. The rain boba looks really good. I love boba, and I would actually take that over either of these breakfast shakes, mainly because, again, it's a shake, and too much dairy for me just doesn't do it. So,
well, it's a chai tea shake though.
But that still implies that there's some milk,
ice cream in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but where?
In there, yeah.
But see, here's the question: is there? Because wouldn't it be listed if it was?
Well,
but how do you make a shake without some kind of dairy or some kind of cream?
Protein shake. I mean, has no dairy or cream in it.
Well, this says chai tea shake with maple syrup, and then the second one says with cream bourbon. So maybe it's not.
Leave the second one out. But yeah I'd be curious about this first one, if it does contain milk or not.
Well, if anybody's at the parks and is going to have this, go let us know.
Ship one. You ship one to North Carolina for me and Tom.
There you go. That sounds good. All right. So Pop Eats. We want to go down to Pop Eats.
Sure. Go ahead, Tom.
All right. We got tomato soup with grilled cheese, and it's in like a fun little,
A fun little that's expensive for you cup.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, exactly. Tomato soup with French onion and bacon grilled cheese. All right. Throw some bacon in there. Shrimp ceviche with lime mint foam. That sounds fancy. Almond. I don't know how to say that. How do you say that? Frangipane? Cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Layered with raspberry jam and Belgian chocolate, and then Pop Art modern design sugar cookie with strawberry filling, which just looks like a Pop-Tart to me.
But a good Pop-Tart is...
Well, it does say Popped Art, so it's going for that, right? So
they know what they're doing.
Yes.
I'm definitely down on this almond cake for sure.
That was good.
I'm down on the Pop-Tart too. Because the thing about the Pop-Tart is a sugar cookie, which I love, and then strawberry filling. Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the two that I would like the most. I like a good bacon grilled cheese, but I'm not a tomato soup fan. So I'd eat the grilled cheese if someone else ate the tomato soup.
I would eat the tomato soup because I can't do the grilled cheese. So
there you go. So all right, Trevor,
all right.
We need to go together, and
so
then you can have the soup. I'll have the grilled cheese.
Tom and I are splitting the soup and grilled cheese. So what are you having, Damon?
I'm having that cake and the Pop-Tart.
Yeah, the cake is cool. I want the Pop-Tart too. I'm all for the Pop-Tart and the cake, and I forget the shrimp ceviche there.
Yeah, the shrimp with lime mint foam. I guess I've never tried it, so I guess I should reserve my judgment. It just doesn't look appealing.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The Refreshment Outpost. You want to do this one, Trevor?
Yeah. Refreshment Outpost. We have a plant-based bratwurst with spicy turmeric aioli, coffee, barbecue jackfruit, and slaw. That's quite the mouthful for more than one reason.
That's a good vegan option right there.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
a warm brown sugar stuffed pretzel with banana soft serve ice cream and chocolate sauce.
God. Oh my God.
Do you want
I need that right now.
Do you want the ice cream? I would have the rest. I don't want the ice cream.
Oh, I want the ice cream. The banana ice cream with brown sugar.
I want that bratwurst.
That
I
bratwurst.
thought you might.
Yeah.
The only thing is I don't love coffee, so the coffee barbecue jackfruit, I feel like it's going to be less coffee than I think, though. So I would like to try that.
Yeah.
Brown sugar's a weird one for me. Like, too much brown sugar is rough. Like I wouldn't want. I don't love brown sugar kind of alone. Like I could have it in blondies and that's fine. I can have brown sugar. I don't love it even on oatmeal. I'd rather honey. So I'm gonna have to pass on the.
It looks like a sauce though. It doesn't look like a straight brown sugar. I
don't like the brown sugar sauce. If it tastes like it's brown sugar, I don't love it. But again, brown sugar in things is fine for me. So the bratwurst I'm in on.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do the bratwurst, but I would definitely do the
I'd do the bratwurst only because it's plant-based and I'd want to taste it. And plus jackfruit and slaw. Like, all right, it seems cool. You know what it really comes down to, Tom? There's nothing in there that I'm like, ooh, I don't like. So I want to try it to see what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely. I like when they have good, my best friend's vegetarian. So whenever there's these kind of options, I always, I'm happy for him to have these kinds of options, So let's see. Oh, Trevor, did you go through these already? You said already, right?
I'm I'm on board with this bratwurst. I'm usually not a fan of bratwurst, but
I'm not either.
Yeah, like you, Damon, is, just looking at this, it's like, hey, this sounds really interesting, and I would just get it for the sake of trying it. Yeah.
It does look tasty, for sure.
All right, what do we have next? Cuisine classique.
Ooh, fancy.
Wine braised short ribs. I just don't do beef, so I'm going to pass on that. What is this thing again? I don't know. I forget how to pronounce it.
Chicken roulade? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
All right, whatever. I'm not. I would try that. I'd be down with that. But this opera cake, the coffee buttercream is the problem with it. I'd love everything almond. I'd love everything almond. And this Artist Palette jumbo chocolate chip cookie, like I would do it just because chocolate chip cookies are good and it looks kind of cool. I'm more on the fence with these items here, though, than I would be with other ones. Like, there's nothing that's jumping out at me.
So I will say this about the cookie specifically, is that the previous cookie that we looked at looked like there was a lot more effort put into it than this chocolate chip cookie. I feel, but if it was a fight between those two cookies, I would take the first one over this one.
There's one that's like a do-it-yourself cookie. I don't know if it's this one, but I see that there's like a little paintbrush on it. I have to look. I saw one that's like a do-it-yourself where you like paint on like the colors. So I don't know. Maybe that's this one, and maybe that's why it looks that way. But
I don't know. And the thing is, the coq au vin is like, I don't know how. I mean, it's got pancetta crisp, so I mean that should be a win.
You're talking about the chicken?
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so just so everyone knows what all is in there, it's a chicken roulade with violet mustard, candied carrots, pancetta crisp, marble potatoes, and bear rouge sauce.
Yeah, I'm not
red berry sauce, I guess, is what they're saying. But
yeah, we're not going to pronounce all these things correctly. That's just not.
Sorry, my French is rusty.
Yeah, I was going to say you're Canadian. Come on, you got there's some French stuff there.
I'm Western Canadian. We don't speak it all the time.
But you interact with those people, so that do speak it. So you should have some at least passing knowledge.
I can read and I can speak it enough, but my pronunciation is terrible.
Understandable. It's like I can read Italian extremely well, but I don't want to have a conversation with anybody.
Yeah.
So back to this, I would be in for the chicken. My problem with the chocolate chip cookie is not that it looks the way it does, is that it looks like it's a hard cookie, and I'm partial to soft cookies.
I don't see that.
You think it's a soft cookie?
Yep, I do.
Okay, because I'm just imagining you put your finger through the thing and you hold it like an artist palette, and then it just if it's soft, it's just going to break.
I think it's somewhere in betweener.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I see just because of the sheen on it, but who knows?
It's hard to know without trying it, right? So,
all right, so we're done with this. What's next now? Oh my
goodness, evil.
How far down do these go, Tom? Gosh,
it's a long article, man. It's a lot of food.
Let's speed this up a little bit. All right, beef Wellington
up,
out, pan-seared scallops out. Another cookie?
Oh, it's the same cookie, I think.
All right, so that's I'm out on all those.
Yeah. I'm out on all of them, but in the beverage section, the sipping chocolate flight, I'm definitely in for that. I love sipping chocolate.
Maybe I that's for me and Trevor. That's a lot of lactose there.
Yeah, I'm not feeling this menu at all.
No, and you know what the problem I have with the sipping chocolates is if I'm somewhere else and the only thing is sipping chocolates, yeah, okay, I might be in on it, but I'm not wasting my lactose and or calories on the sipping chocolates. That's how I would put it.
I just love a good sipping chocolate, and to have white milk chocolate and dark chocolate as a flight, that sounds awesome to me.
All right. So Mosaic Canteen. It's a Mediterranean flat. So it's in Morocco. The Mediterranean flatbread with some sort of pesto, artichokes, roasted pepper, sun-dried tomatoes, and fennel cream. Okay, I'm in on fennel cream. That sounds good. I love fennel. The roasted rack lamb, obviously, I'm out on. I'm not going to pronounce that either. Orange cake with cinnamon chocolate. Don't love cinnamon. No,
it looks cool though.
Yeah, looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very cool. It's a very interesting looking cake. I feel like I've never seen anything that looks like that before. So, I might be in on the flatbread. Probably not. But the cake looks good. I'd be in for the cake.
See,
all right.
Yeah. I'm out on all this too.
All right.
Nothing interesting there.
Tom, you're next.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. Somebody pick it up.
So Vibrant and Vivoto Food Studio Very brightly colored stuff. I think that's supposed to be the point of it. So they've got a chilled seafood cocktail with octopus scallops and shrimp. Not everyone's
and
favorite.
Coconut sauce to really put it over the top for you, Tom.
Yeah, tomato coconut sauce and Serrano lime. Well, yeah, I would probably try it. And then the blue corn pupusa stuffed with cheese and topped with shredded pork.
Awesome.
Out.
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm out with the cheese.
Oh, I'm 100% in on that. And I'm in on the last thing to boot, the passion fruit mousse with dragon fruit jam. I'm in on both of those.
That mousse looks good, I will admit.
That pupusa sounds good to me. I'm
super good.
Yeah. Festival favorites. So Remy's ratatouille with eggplant, zucchini, yellow squash, tomatoes, red pepper. Charcuterie with meats and cheeses. Featuring, what is that, Nooskies? Is that how you say that? Applewood smoked beef. I know they partner with them all the time. Lemon blood orange tart. And then again, that jumbo chocolate chip cookie. I'm down for I like a good charcuterie board, and I'll do a lemon blood orange tart. That sounds good.
Yeah, I love blood orange, so I'm in on the tart.
Okay, I need to say this. So just calling something Remy's ratatouille, that's so low effort. Like,
why is that low effort? They're theming it.
Trevor, I feel the same way.
But there's no reason to call it Remy's ratatouille. Like,
of course, you're in Disney. Listen, I get what you're saying because I agree with you, but you are in Disney.
I know. It's just they're playing to the lowest common denominator, and I feel it's supposed to be
what ratatouille is, though, right? It's supposed to be a peasant dish, so
yeah.
It is the lowest common denominator.
Okay, fine, I'll give you that.
It would be like, but then for there being something that looks like a mouse and not being Mickey, or Minnie, you're in Disney. Of course, it's going to be Remy's.
But I guess the way I look at it is, for all the rest of these pavilions, right? Mm-hmm. If everything was, Anna's cupcake or,
nothing else
Daisy's
is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like nothing else is hitting it that way. So I just feel like that sticks out.
Sure. But the thing is, you have to remember is there's not a movie called Beef Wellington, right?
Right. That's true. Yeah.
So
Zootopia's Beef Wellington.
for Ratatouille, I mean, we just had Ratatouille, let's see, last week or the week before. It did not look fancy like that. So that's like a fancy take. So yeah, I would do it just because, like when you've had something to eat and it's just been passable. So like if there's an elevated version of it, you're in, I would be in just because of that.
All right. Who wants to do this painter's palette one?
Prime steak tartare. I'm 100% out.
Very out.
Salt roasted beet tartare. I love beets. I'm in on that. Oh. And then you top it off with something that is just so yummy sounding, pistachio cake with cherry mousse. Oh yeah, I'm in on that. I'm definitely in on that.
Cherries I'm looking at too. Oof.
Yeah, and what is this? Oh, it's so funny. The beverage is a red wine cocktail with Pib Extra. So funny. I love me the Pib, but
that's a little odd.
Yeah,
good choice. Okay,
maybe it tastes good. I don't know. It's interesting.
So I will say I like the fact that they've taken the same dish and they've done a beef version and then a vegetarian version. I would like to see more of that. Like, take a dish that is like their highlight dish and then twist it. Like that would be a great way to, promote this kind of festival.
I agree with you. Listen, I always said I would be vegetarian if I had a professional chef.
Right.
For real. Like,
show me all the good stuff.
Yeah, because again, like if you were making beet tartare with pickled vegetables and, Bernice Oatly, like, yeah, I'm in all day on that. But yeah, I don't. So there's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
Masterpiece Kitchen. Wild mushroom risotto. No. Salmon and cream. It doesn't even matter. Salmon out. Vanilla, rosewater, and pistachio panna cotta. See, this is tough. Rosewater is overpowering. I don't love it. A vanilla pistachio panna cotta would be fine, but I'm going to be out just on rosewater because I feel like for me personally and my taste buds, it overtakes anything else that could possibly be in there.
Go, Trevor.
For me, the wild mushroom risotto looks good. The truffle shavings are questionable to me because truffle, if you've ever had it, is one of those things that...
Look how many more there are. Sorry. I was looking at how much more there is to talk about.
Okay.
Do we want to save? Do we want to end this?
No,
Yeah,
no. I want to finish it up. I want it off my plate, figuratively, and literally. Let's go.
All right. So yeah, wild mushroom risotto. Truffle shavings is a little.
It's an in or out now.
Yeah,
that's what we're going for. How's
I
that?
don't know.
All right. So yeah, salmon. I would try the salmon with the cream gâteau. Again, the problem is it's the cream, but I want to try it.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Who's next? France. That's Trevor again.
The l'art de cuisine français. Is that what we're on now? So, oh my goodness! Of course you
don't even read the French words. Just read the description.
So, warm creamy brie with a house-made bread bowl. Nope for me.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Black winter truffle croissant.
Out.
Nope.
That's a maybe. A molten chocolate raspberry cake with orange.
Yes.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
That's okay. I'm in on that.
You had me at Molten.
Yeah. Assortment of 3 house-made macaroons in a gift box.
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Mexico. We are at next.
Yeah, let's do Mexico. Do you want me to read it?
Sure, go for it.
Fried poblano pepper filled with flank steak, black beans, tomatoes. I'm out.
Out.
I would try that. I'm in.
All right. Pork belly pastor. Pastor marinated pork belly atop, I don't know how to say that, a boniato puree and charred pineapple.
I'm just hopeful they can keep the crispy cilantro off, and I'm in.
I'm in too.
Yeah, I would
Even with the
that.
cilantro, I'm in, but I'm mad.
Taco de chocolate, I guess, right?
Yes, I don't even
Chocolate
talk
tacos. Yeah, okay.
Chocolate.
But with tropical fruit on top. So yeah, 100% in. It's the acidic's gonna beat down some of the chocolate. 100% in.
Yeah, chocolate candy shell filled with Mexican chocolate mousse and a touch of chili topped with tropical fruit. I'm way in for that one.
That little bit of chili is going to make a huge difference too.
It reminds me of a choco taco.
Yeah, a little bit of spice on your chocolate is really good.
yeah, for sure. All right, Damon, you want to do Japan?
No, not really.
Fine, I'll do Japan. I like Japan. So we have the Stone Garden, which is a red bean mousse with chocolate rocks and rice cracker pebbles.
I'm in.
Interesting.
I had something similar at one of the other festivals. It was a red bean mousse, and I was in on it, so I'm definitely in.
All right, here comes the big one, the sushi donut. Donut-shaped sushi featuring salmon, tuna, shrimp, cucumber, sesame seeds over a wasabi aioli, sriracha, and eel sauce. Yes.
Out.
Absolutely. No, that is a huge yes for me.
That'd be a huge yes for my wife, too. Yeah. She'd be very happy about that.
And vegetable gyoza. So vegetable spinach-filled gyoza with tofu and mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Not a tofu fan. I'm out.
Out.
All right. Where are we on to next? China.
Pork and water chestnut meatballs with taro.
Yes.
That sounds good. And then, what else we got here?
Some shrimp.
Red hot mala shrimp.
Sichuan,
yeah.
I'm in on the panda bubble tea, though.
Yeah, I'm out on the shrimp. Yeah, definitely out on the shrimp.
Yeah, the bubble tea, I would stop for the bubble tea. I would hit that up on the way to, like, Mexico or something.
All right, here's the last one.
Italy.
Who wants to do the last one?
Tom, go ahead. I'll let Tom go again.
All right.
I feel like I read too much.
Sweet sausage fried risotto balls, majorly in.
Yes.
Majorly in for that one.
Yep, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's lobster ravioli with vanilla saffron cream sauce. I'm out too because of lobster.
I would try it. I would definitely give it a try.
Cream-filled Italian donuts with raspberry sauce powdered sugar. I'm in.
Yep, I'm in.
Yep,
it's
easy.
like the Italian beignet.
Yep. The only other one on here that I see is a red velvet funnel cake topped with cream cheese icing, and I'm in for that.
I don't like cream cheese icing, so I'm out.
I'm in.
Easy in as well. And again, I love cream cheese, but it just doesn't love me. But I'm still going to keep trying it.
All right. Well, I think we covered the Festival of the Arts. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Or we just want to wrap up.
We have to. Have there been any more 1-star reviews?
We have not. I have not seen any more 1-star reviews. So no, that's
wait. Here's the question though: do 2-star reviews count?
I don't think so.
Oh, I think they do. They have to.
That person didn't hate us enough to put a 1-star.
But it says it used to be good, but now it's on a downward spiral.
It's funny because I think we're better than we've ever been, honestly. But
Wait, so but I like to brag. So it says Damon likes to brag whether it's his new house, his theater room. It's super awesome. His weight. I don't know how I brag about wanting to keep a good weight, but okay. My collectibles. Do I brag about my collectibles?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. How much he spent on something expensive? Like, I mean, that's just. I mean, here's the thing. You're on a podcast. Like, if I don't tell you how, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm just being informative. So, okay. It's more than this person can take. Maybe I'll try again. Okay. Maybe I'll try again one day, but that day is far away.
Okay.
Wait. Oh, but we have a good review too. Oh, isn't that nice? Let's see. This one is the banter between the three hosts is interesting to say the least. Okay. This is a 5-star review though. So I'm hoping it gets better.
Gets better than that. Yeah.
It's been tough with not a lot of Disney info, but they're trying to make the best of it. Oh, thank you. Some of the older catalog has some great DVC info. Nice. Oh, look at this. It's so funny though, based on the reviews, people get so mad at Damon. The guy is funny. Okay. Thank you. I'm patting myself on the back.
Damon wrote this review. Let's be honest.
Wait, this is good though. Yeah. Maybe not funny like you are funny with your friends, but he's funny like I am funny with my friends. So I get it. I don't understand any of that at all. Okay. A little ribbing here and there is fun. His take on there's a lot about me. His take on Disney is unique to say the least. Not like most Disney people and shows that follow some script when they talk about things, scared to say what they really mean. That's boring. Okay.
If you don't follow any script on this show, we have an outline, but there's no script.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
yeah.
It gets better though. So if you don't like him, don't listen. Never understood the need to put somebody down that is doing something for your entertainment for free. Okay. Okay.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah. So those are the other two. I mean, again, it doesn't beat the one before that where I single-handedly destroyed the show, but I mean, which there's a meme about now. So
yeah.
I like there's a 1-star one. I was looking back at this. There was 1 star. It was 1 star and it was like, this is the best Disney podcast I've found so far. And that was the review and it was 1 star. And I was like, what now? Like,
the thing is, I will say though, is I think that the way that Apple does reviews is kind of weird because you can almost misclick a star.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I think maybe that was it. I'm reading that one now. That was from June.
Yeah. Right. Best Disney podcast
but it says they have a problem with me. Maybe that's where the 1 star is from.
Yeah, but I mean, how can we both be the best and then also get 1 star? Like, do you give all the Disney podcasts 1 star then if we're the best?
No, I think what it is they like you guys the best, but I drag it down so much. So you guys are 5 stars and I'm minus 4 stars. So that's where we get the 1. Like, I leave, this is a good one. I leave because I'm tired. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, I do get tired.
Not anymore. We used to do it late at night. Now we're doing it in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but exactly. Like it was accommodating. Now it's during the day. I don't think I'm tired during the day. I mean, I'm always tired, but like I don't feel like I'm tired during the day. I don't know. I still like this. I mean, I agree with this. Like we're doing this for everyone's entertainment. Like you really you can't just scroll on by. You got to come and 1 star me or 2 star me.
That's true.
Well, and the thing is talking about, we all have various points where we have to step away for things and
me more than you guys, but
exactly. Yeah. To be fair, I will say this, Damon, is that you have a lot more on your plate than I do. So
listen,
I have no like for anybody listening to this, do not take offense at Damon stepping away because he has every right to, like any of us do.
I will tell you this is that I love the podcast, but my family is always going to be more important than the podcast.
And so it should be. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm curious though to think, to see what people think about like the kind of the new sections. I think that maybe we're going to try an Etsy section. Maybe we should invite Chad on for the Etsy section.
For an Etsy section? Okay.
And so it is. You have to pick your favorite Disney thing from Etsy.
Okay. All right. And
I don't even think I could pick one thing. I'm going to need like top 3.
The longest podcast in a while.
Yeah. I'm going to need top 3.
What's that?
Because I'm going to need to pick like top 3. And look, all the people that think I'm so mean, I do have a wife. She was on the show.
She was.
Right? Like, someone must like me. I don't know.
I did like when I brought up the plaques. She goes, he hasn't told me about the plaques, but I can hear it coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. So again, I know my wife talked about it, but we will be in Hilton Head for a couple days. I think what we're going to try to do is tag on maybe a day or 2 of the Disney resort on top of the RCI points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just because we had never, like I said, had never stayed at the Disney resort in Hilton Head. I mean, we're very familiar with Hilton Head, but never stayed there. So I thought maybe we should stay there at least a night. It's all going to depend on how sports go and what the summer looks like. But I think we may do that because we're going to push our Disneyland trip. Well, obviously at this point we have to, but we're going to push it way out. It's looking like what's going to end up happening is I think I'm going to end up buying more points this year. As crazy as that sounds, I know I don't know why, but I think we will. It's going to be a matter of when, where, and how, but, probably be looking at our, sponsor for something along those lines. And then I think it's going to move everything a year past, right? So I think what we'll end up doing is this year we'll just do regular vacations. Next year will be my son's senior year. After his senior year, we'll do the Disneyland trip, right? Knock on wood, which I think will be fine by then. And then we'll push our cruise out to when he comes home for his freshman year of college. I feel like what's going to happen with cruising is even if cruising was to come back today, well, if it came back today, it might be a little different. But I think if cruising comes back in a couple months, there's so many people that are back booked on cruises. I just don't even see us getting on a cruise for a year just based on all the cruises that have been missed and the people trying to get back on them is kind of my feeling. So I think we're going to try to push everything probably out a year. I wanted to get those things in before my son left for college, but it was funny. I was talking to one of my friends and she said, the best way to keep your kids at home during, college in the summer is pay for their vacations. Okay. You get it.
It's an interesting idea.
But
yeah.
That's a viable tactic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so if he plays soccer, he'll probably have to go back to school early. So I don't know if, he's going to be one of those that has a job in the summer because if he's going back to school early for a sport, it kind of limits the time that you're home at the summer. Like I don't necessarily think he'll get like a corporate summer gig. So that will allow us to take a vacation, regardless. I'm big on vacations and I kind of tell my kids now because my kids don't have jobs. I say, look, work on school. That's more important. And I want to have the ability to go on vacations as well. So that's what we've been doing.
To your point, though, about just going back when you said you're talking about buying a new contract,
yeah.
Let us know. We're going to have, and I'm speaking to the listeners now, not you, Damon, but
I got that now. I figured that out. It took me a minute, but yeah.
So we want to have our new sponsor, Monera, on at some point. So we're going to do that. But we haven't had DVC rental on in forever, and probably
I'll do DVC rental. I want to do. Can we do like a live contract buy?
A live contract buy with you
we get on and I have let's just say I'm prepared to purchase a contract and we just look on the website and we purchase one.
So we do
possible
DVC resale and then the Monera process along with that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably figure that out.
I was going to say I went and bought a contract on that one show, but
sure you did.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to Marissa and.
Yeah, kind of have something that we get that process going and we do it all online. That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll try to work something out like that, but we'll definitely have sometime soon here. We'll have our new sponsor on and also get DVC resale back on as well. I mean, DVC rental and of course Derek and Marissa will be back on the show at some point. I know everybody really enjoys when they're on, so we will definitely make that happen. So, right. Are we ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. So as you guys know, if you ever want to send us any kind of emails, hopefully as we get back into being able to go on trips again, things like trip reports. But if you guys got questions, comments, anything like that, you can always reach us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys. We're always super grateful for our listeners that want to engage us. If you don't want to email us, you can always find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. There's also the Welcome Home Disney waitlist group, which you should join if you haven't already. We've been seeing lots of people joining the group, but hey, if you guys are listening to the podcast and you want to get involved with the community, make sure that you join the waitlist. Also, if you guys want to subscribe to us on YouTube, you can find us as Welcome Home Podcast. Anytime we do live streams or any kinds of video stuff, which we're getting more into, and we're going to try and do more of that stuff in the future, you'll find those uploaded on YouTube. And if you have an Instagram account and you want to follow us on there for some posts every couple of days a week, you can find us on Instagram as Welcome Home Pics. And last but not least, if you are interested in some Welcome Home Podcast merchandise, make sure you go to store.welcomehomepodcast.com. You can always find masks on there, mugs, t-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff like that. And as usual, as we were talking about earlier, make sure if you guys are listening to us on iTunes or Spotify or any of those services, leave us a review, because we do obviously read the reviews, and we like hearing the feedback. We like hearing what other people's takes are on the podcast.
But mostly when it's 5 stars. Don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home. And preferably, actually, if you compliment Trevor and I, that's great too. We really like that. And then Damon, you can also say nice things about Damon.
What's funny is that it's again, I hate to put it on. It's never about you guys. It's either they like me or they hate me, and that's what the stars are based on. It's never like, well, Damon's a bum, but I really love Trevor, so it's okay. 3 stars. It's always like,
we're in there
I
sometimes.
hate Damon, or I love Damon.
Yeah, we're in there.
It's just disappointing. Can we get some Tom and Trevor?
Some hate.
It doesn't have to be hate, but just some
love,
some love, some hate. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Hey, listen. What I'm gonna tell everybody is that everything has been going extremely well. We've been happy with the podcast. The group is up. Everything's rolling well. And if I have to take some hate as we continue to grow, I'm okay with that. If I was taking hate and we weren't doing well, I'd be a little sad. But I'm not that sad.
I'm still going to go on record as saying I feel the hate is misplaced, because I know you find it hilarious, Damon, but I
think it hurts Trevor's feelings. So everyone think about that. When you hate on me, it hurts Trevor's feelings.
Yeah, I really like you, Damon, and I
appreciate that, Trevor.
Yeah,
I like you too.
It's I like both of you guys, and that's why we keep doing this. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree. I enjoy both of you. I like both of you. I think it's funny though, because Damon has like his mini army though too. Damon's there's a lot of people that are very team Damon that will fight to the death for Damon. So
yes, that's true. Even though Dan tries to get me in podcast fights, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, Dan's trying to get us into a podcast war.
Okay.
Dan, how do you know one's not going on and you just don't know about it? Okay, we have other things going on. Okay, so, anyway, don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcasts so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, just about any place you can find podcasts. You can find us. Reminder to our listeners, as always, Welcome Home Podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, any and all opinions we express on this show are our own. So please consult a DVC representative or Disney cast member for any more information about what we talked about today. Big thank you to DVC Rental Store for sponsoring this episode, and World of DVC for being our sponsor. We appreciate them, and please check them out. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion, of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit a chair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl. Look out, here comes